What's up, people? This is the GSC podcast. Today, I am your host. I'm Jamie C. Switching it up a little bit, but I'm still joined by Ben.
I'm here.
Hello. Johnny.
Hello.
Hey.
And Janny.
Hello.
Muting his damn mic so he can eat while we do this. I'll let you in on that. It's not really a secret. We don't care. It's new. Anyway, change of format, because I'm not going to go around and say, what have you been playing this week? Because at the end of the day, we've all been playing the same thing. So we're just going to start with, what have we been doing at Jamie's house this week, people?
We had a little party with pizza and Mario Kart, man. It was amazing.
It was.
I've had the full week to play this, unlock everything, and so on. But you guys got that few hours to be teased into it and have a little go. Mm-hmm. Come on, then. I'll go around. You can tell me what you think about it. Let's start with Johnny.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. So I loved it, actually. I thought it was really good. The graphics are definitely impressive. I thought they wouldn't be that great, but no, it's pretty solid all around. I don't know if you've heard about the new exploit that they've just fire hopping. I don't know if you've heard about that at all.
I heard of it.
I was looking into this thing called fire hopping. So basically, when you hit a boost, if you keep on hopping, it extends the boost for like a couple of seconds, or like for a little bit longer than it should. So people have been abusing that apparently, but obviously we didn't know about that, and we just pretty much played it as we would any old Mario Kart. And yeah, previously my favorite one was Mario Kart DS. But yeah, no, this one seems really cool. The tracks are really well designed. Characters are cool. Yeah,
I do have to agree with you on Mario Kart DS though.
Yes.
So I'm kind of tied at the moment. I think give it a few more hours of gameplay on this one. Maybe once I've done all the mirror mode, maybe I'll have a firm decision. But before I move on to the next person then, Johnny, let me get your rating of wanting a Wii U before and after playing a Mario Kart game out of 10.
Okay. So before it was probably around a 2 out of 10 before Mario Kart. Now I'd say it's definitely a 4.
That's okay. That's progress.
Yeah. It is a good game, a good game, and the online I think would work pretty well with that. Have you tried any online yet? No,
I haven't. No.
You should get
Focus
on
was unlocking everyone.
Yeah, but now that you've done that, once you've done mirror mode, yeah, no, it's a fantastic game, and yeah, it's a great asset to the Wii U. It's what they need really. So, and then once they announce the new Zelda game next in E3, boom,
you might jump up, yeah, maybe an 8 out of 10. 7.
Yeah. 7.
Right, Gianni, what do you think?
I really don't think you did it much justice there, Johnny. And I'm not slating. I just think the graphics are absolutely gorgeous for Wii U.
Sorry, I didn't emphasize that.
Yeah, it's really smooth. There's so much going on. It's really smooth. It's everything you remember Mario Kart, but it feels there's something a little bit extra to it. I really enjoyed it, even with the four screen. And I mean, I was trying to think of a gripe. I suppose
that's what that's a big gripe. You lose. What?
Get out of here! Get out of here! That was Ben. No, I think
less said about that, the better. Jesus Christ!
The thing that it took a while getting used to having no map, but it's because the main Wii U pad's got it. It's a minor gripe. I
really spread a bit of light on that though. Like obviously, yeah, when you're playing on the screen, they've reduced the amount of stuff cluttering up the screen. Now that's great in one player because you do have the Wii U gamepad and you're using that, and in your hands you could change that to either play off screen or to have the map on there. So that is a great feature for one player, but it is something that's maybe like lacking for the multiplayer. Then I guess.
But it's not a deal breaker by any stretch of imagination. By any stretch. The other great thing, the new power-ups, they're brilliant. Like was it the 8? I don't know what it's called, but the multi one where you get 8 weapons.
Like the Crazy 8, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I really did enjoy that, and the piranha. And the blue shell pusher away thing, whatever it is, suppressor.
The little sound horn thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The battle mode sucked, but nobody plays it for battle. We don't talk about that.
So with you then, Gianni, marks out of 10 to want a Wii U before Mario Kart and afterwards?
I would have said 3. And it probably up to about 6 I'd say,
That's
because
positive.
yeah, it's the price. If it was the price, I'd probably be talking about 8. You know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And
Good.
Mr. Louch.
All right, let me preface this with some bullshit that went on that day. All right, imagine this, right? You sit down at the console. It's your first time properly playing a Wii U game. It's a multiplayer game. Someone else has been playing it all week. Somebody who is fucking Mario Kart god, right? Everyone selects their cars. You select a motorbike, right? And then you start the match. You time your button press just as the twos fade in to get your boost, and then you slam straight into the wall. And I'm like, what? How come I can't drift? And then
Hang on.
nonchalantly from next to me, I get, oh yeah, bikes can't drift. Like, fuck you, man! You should have told me this before.
Can you guys smell something? There's a smell coming out from here.
Whatever,
I don't know.
whatever. That happened, right? But
Just admit you
I'll tell you
suck.
what yeah, I'm not that great. I came last.
To be fair, though,
even below
you
the AIs.
did do Gianni a favour. You propped him up, so
Yeah, maybe.
You made him look good.
Graphically, I wasn't as blown away as everyone else
Really?
until the replays. Mainly because the gameplay is really, really fast. So when you're zinging through the tracks and stuff, you don't really notice the little things. But when you watch the replays, you can see that the texture work and stuff is really, really high quality. It's genuinely impressive. I didn't think the Wii U could output visuals like this, and it's really colourful as well, which is lovely. I love it when pretty games like this are really colourful at the same time. It's
Were you
awesome.
not impressed when you first saw Bowser and Bowser's Castle?
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
anything from far away and stuff, and when you're actually racing, it you can't tell how good it looks from that.
Well, I crashed just.
I'll tell you
staring
what,
at it.
my only if you wanna have my only gripe from it, I think that the zero gravity sections where you can drive up on walls and stuff and up on ceilings, sometimes it's hard to see what's coming ahead of you if the track's going to shift onto a wall or something. So once you learn the tracks, it's not a problem. But for your first go round, I found myself plowing headlong into walls and stuff where the track was going to shift to go somewhere else, or I couldn't plan accordingly because I couldn't see the turn coming because it was one that was going to go up a wall or whatever. So there's my complaints. They're nothing really compared to how much fun I had that day, though.
in the grand scheme of things, that is minimal.
Absolutely nothing compared to the amount of fun I had.
So Ben, marks out of 10 prior to playing Mario Kart and then after for
Can you give it
wanting to buy one.
A 1 out of 10 before playing Mario Kart, mainly because the only game I wanted to play on it was Monster Hunter 3, and I already had that on my DS, so that's the only thing I pretty much wanted to play. Afterwards, it's bumped it all the way up to a 7, man. Right? Because you can get this game at the moment and get Monster Hunter for free. So it would have been a 6 like Janny, but the fact that you're going to throw in Monster Hunter as well right now, it's a 7 easy for me. I'm actually very, very tempted.
I mean, yeah, that's something worth pointing out at the moment. If you do register your copy of Mario Kart 8, I think you've got until the end of July. You can get a download. Here in the UK, you get a choice of 10. And there are some good titles in there, including the Wind Waker HD one. And yeah, the Wonderful 101, Pikmin, and like you said, the Monster Hunter game. So hopefully that's something that picks up for the game. It has sold, I don't know if you saw this, but in the opening weekend, it sold 1.2 million copies. So does that surprise you?
Not at all, man.
No.
Nope.
The install base that are playing the Wii U right now, they are the install base for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Mario Kart sell all the way up to almost as many Wii U's as there are on the market right now very soon, because everyone that currently owns one will at some point buy that game.
Or if, like me, you buy the standard edition and then you've committed to it, and then you see the fucking limited edition, you might end up buying 2 copies.
Well, yeah,
God
and I'm sure
God
there's
damn
other
it.
people like you out there, man. So that will happen. I think sales figures for this game are going to be really, really good, but then I think it's going to highlight how poor some of the sales on other games are.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's going to help that much in the terms of third-party support for the console.
Well, it could only do good to the Wii U, surely. If you have a game that's selling that well,
Oh, of course,
you
and
get
because
people buying it for that, and then going, "Oh, hang on a sec." Actually, don't think the price-wise, it was quite tempting because it's what $250 with Mario Kart, but also the free game. So you're essentially getting, you're spending about £200 on it.
yep,
That
pretty
makes
much.
sense. So that's at least one other game that everyone who buys Mario Kart now, and if anyone's bought a Wii U for it, so that's already one sale they've got, and that's without having to dip into their pocket any deeper than they would have normally.
Yep.
So
that's it. It's a digital copy. How much are they really losing on that now? So
Well,
nothing
exactly.
really. I don't know how much more I can add to the Mario Kart story. If you want to check out some videos, we have put some of our gameplay up on the YouTube page here, so you've probably seen them on your way to this video actually. So have a little look for those. Tell us what you think. Like the videos and all that. Go on,
It's
Jamie.
kind of telling that the first time you see my Mii character in that first replay, I'm slamming into a wall and spinning out, and everyone else is doing
fitting.
cool moves. Like,
Yeah, the options with the YouTube upload would be to highlight up to 60 seconds worth of footage. You can say if you want to see drifting, action, hits, items, things like that, and it will find the highlights for you. And because there were 4 of us playing, you could highlight up to 4 people as well. So, and then it just puts it straight on YouTube for you, which is good. Works for me. Works for me. Right, moving on to the big talking point, the big topic for the week. Then we've got the last week of our E3 rumor game.
yeah.
Is anybody other than Ben actually excited about this?
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking sound excited too, man.
No, just like all your answers. Right, let me move straight into these because there is some other stuff about E3 that I want to talk about. But with the rumor game, then let me be a little bit far-fetched. Yeah, let's try that.
So yeah, it's Pokemon.
It works.
Okay,
Same order as before, then. So Johnny, Gianni, Ben.
Do it.
How about a Heavenly Sword sequel?
Actually, yes. I think yes. There's been talk about the movie, a Heavenly Sword movie, and I'm not too sure how far along that's getting ahead, but I think we might see one for the PS4.
Do you think that makes sense then? Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the company that makes Heavenly
Ninja
Sword?
Theory.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are they up to these days? Not much, right?
Well,
They did the Devil May Cry, didn't they?
Right. And then they haven't announced the next project.
I mean, personally, it's not in here, so I can say this. I would have preferred to have seen something with Enslaved, but I thought a Heavenly Sword was more likely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I'm going to go with yes.
Right, Gianni?
That's a tough one. Screw it, yes.
Go on. Ben?
I don't know. The CG movie's definitely happening. They don't have Andy Serkis though, which was a big part of the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything else out of the studio. So if they are bringing out an animated film, like it seems kind of weird that they would bring that out just out of the blue, like 5 years after the game came out or 6 years after the game came out. So yes, I reckon we will probably see a sequel.
Boom, let's have it. Full house. Right. Rumor number 2 for the week. How about anything related to Star Fox as a focus for the title? So obviously not to do with Smash Bros. I want to make sure that's cleared up. If he, nothing in Star...
game.
We're talking about actual Star Fox Lilac Wars. Something to do with them. I know last year I desperately wanted it and I got let down. I just thought I'd put it in there again. Why not?
Just for the Wii U, or are we including the 3DS?
It could be any Nintendo. Well, they're not gonna house it out, are they? But yeah, Nintendo. So
I'm going to go with maybe.
go on then.
Yeah, I think maybe for the 3DS. I don't think it'll be Wii U, but if they do, 3DS. But yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Johnny?
I'm going to go yes, because it's
Yes.
you got the 2 consoles, so yes!
And Mr. Louch?
I get the feeling we're due for some sort of space renaissance, man. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy coming out, a new Star Wars film on the way. Why wouldn't they make a new Star Fox game for the Wii U, man? I want to see it happen. So yes.
Need it.
Yes. I like the optimism this time. Last year, everybody laughed at me, but...
Bullshit! Last year we come up with an amazing idea together.
We did, didn't we? Was it like Gianni's like putting together an ice cream van? No. Right.
Ice cream van.
Now that I've got my Nintendo rumors out of the way, I must add that they do have 4 unannounced games coming to E3. Well, coming to their digital event, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So, you never know. I thought
Never know.
I'd tell you that after I let you guess the Star Fox.
F-Zero.
That's way up.
I wish.
Let's hope so. How about a new God of War title? A new one, not like a HD reworking.
Yes, definitely yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that yes, Gianni?
No.
Sorry? No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm with Johnny on this one. 100% yes. There's going to be a God of War for PS4 announced.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time to let Kratos go, or is he too much of a PlayStation mainstay?
To be honest, I think ever since God of War 2, it's been time to let Kratos go. But he's a cash cow. People keep buying these games, so why not, man?
I enjoyed Ascension. I don't know how much of it you guys played. It's
Played
gorgeous
none of
to
it
look at.
because God of War 3 wasn't quite as good as God of War 2. So I was like, fuck it, I'm out. Like,
I really enjoyed Ascension. It is essentially just hack and slash, and do a little bit of puzzle here and there, but they're still fun. So
But
why not?
Did it sell very well?
I don't know.
it didn't do God of War 3 numbers, but it didn't sell badly
Yeah.
at all.
Does a title lose sales once you drop the number from the title?
Possibly.
Does that make sense?
I'd like to
Judgment
see...
was awful, wasn't it? That did
Yeah.
really badly.
Was it awful though, or was it just poorly received because it was like similar to Gears of War 3? See,
Or because they used the worst character in the series? Ooh.
or because it wasn't Gears of War 4? Everyone knew it was a spin-off. I think Jamie's onto something here.
Yeah,
I reckon losing that number in the title will damage your sales, and I'd like to see like figures back.
I'm
up.
not.
yeah,
Well,
I think so.
no, because you only have to look at Assassin's Creed, and it clearly hasn't. But
How much more did Assassin's Creed 3 sell than Revelations and Brotherhood and stuff?
yeah, but did they? Hang on. What
You have to
about
put numbers.
which one was it? Oh, jeez, I can't even remember now. I may have just jumped in at the deep end without even
I
thinking.
think you
this through.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Oh
other day,
shit.
the latest one was number 4. Yeah. Blood.
Yeah.
Get me.
Yeah,
right?
okay, I take that back.
Okay.
The COD hasn't had a number since 4,
Yeah, but that's different.
is it?
You can't. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Once you get a soapy tattoo on the side of your penis, it doesn't matter if there's a number on the end of the game or not. Right.
I think it. I don't think it's really the number. I think the difference really is because it's especially Gears of War.
I think when
it's a
story is
change of the
important.
Story, yeah.
But, we're playing a game, but I just step on that for a moment then and think maybe once you lose the number, maybe people think it is just a spin-off or a side story of
less
previous
important,
titles.
yeah.
So it's less important. Maybe. We'll see. Because Halo 5 definitely needs to have the number on the end of it.
It will do. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Halo, right? How
Oh.
about a Halo 1 to 4 complete collection for the Xbox One?
I thought I heard something about Halo coming to Xbox One, like an old Halo.
Probably watch me when I sleep then.
Yeah.
Dreaming up these rumours. Come on.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Play it
Right.
safe.
Would they use E3 to announce it?
Yeah, of course they will.
Yes!
Well, because they got 5 to worry about.
Next year.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I want to say yes. Fuck it.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
I'm going to say no, right? And I'm calling it now. Halo 2 anniversary coming out this Christmas to set you up for Halo 5 next year to tide you over.
Here's the thing. I originally did think about just putting Halo 2 anniversary, but then there's a lot of talk about Master Chief editions of things, and I thought it's going to be one big fucking Halo 1 to 4 collection, isn't it? So we'll see. If it comes in like another big Chiefy helmet, we'll see.
Maybe it'll be
Or
one that
just
you can actually wear, not just a helmet. Like, oh yeah, you get a helmet with it, and it's like designed for a fucking midget. Like the helmet was tiny; it doesn't fit on anyone's head.
What have you got against
baby.
midgets?
I'm just saying, like, you paid all that money for that epic version of that game because you wanted to get the helmet. Don't mess around like you weren't going to try and wear it. Everyone was going to try and wear that helmet, and it didn't fit anyone. It wasn't designed for a human head, man.
It was, yeah, it's not for that head.
You'd have had to have been Beaker from the Muppets for that to fit on your head. Right. Next rumour. How about, fuck it, it's probably about time, GTA 5 on the PC.
I reckon.
Oh,
Ooh. I don't think they'll announce it at E3
The
though.
podcast of tennis sound effects.
Yeah. Because I thought they would, it's like a GTA 5 re-release on PS4 and Xbox One. If you had that, I would have probably said yes. But just a PC release, I don't think E3 is the way they would announce it. So I'm going to go no.
No, cool. Yeah, I mean, the more obvious choice was the console one. I just thought,
No, so
let's spice it up with the PC version. Janny,
Yeah.
Spicy. No.
Mr.
Really?
Louch.
Shocking. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say exactly for the reason that Johnny just brought up. I think they will announce one for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but I think that version will also be on PC.
There we
I reckon
go.
there's going to be a complete version for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. There you go.
There'll be jetpacks soon as well in that game. It will have jetpacks. Right, the very
It will.
last rumour before E3. Last Guardian will get a release date.
I think it's a joke now, isn't it? I'm gonna say yeah. Go on then.
Go on.
Yeah, why not?
Is it still a thing? No.
Yes, it apparently is still a thing. They keep on getting asked. It's like, yeah, it's in, back burner.
No, I think I'd say if it was, they may have hinted at something rather than just spring a surprise on. I would say no. I'm going to no.
It's going to be the first title for the Project Morpheus.
Oh, you calling that?
Yeah.
Call it now. I'll call something. It's not going to be there. It's not going to be there. That game is going to be like a launch title for the PlayStation 5 or something. It's not going to be there. We ain't seeing that this year.
It's vaporware.
Definitely not.
I just kind of think if it doesn't happen this year, it just doesn't happen.
Can't happen at all. Yeah.
This is kind of the last stand. This is it now.
They keep saying don't forget about it, but they're not showing anything. So I don't think we're going to see it ever.
It's the ultimate.
Me
copy.
too.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
If you do, it's going to be a PS3 title still. Like, not even moved it to PS4.
That
It'd be the
wouldn't
PS3's
matter.
last game.
It could be a
wouldn't
swan
matter.
song for the console, couldn't it? Could be the last thing. People will have to go back out and buy one, wouldn't they, Janny?
Did you get rid of your PS3? What the fuck, man?
It fucking yellow lighted.
Actually, on PlayStation Now, you could probably.
Oh,
Oh,
could be the first title available for it.
Exactly. Oh, I
Could
take
be.
it back.
Right. Okay, but that's the rumor game, and then next week is actually E3. So the next time we podcast,
We get
next
some
time
results.
GSC assemble, right, we'll get the results, and I'll have it all typed up, and then we'll do a results show, and
Yeah,
we'll
you will.
I
we'll
won
laugh
the last
about how
time. Remember that?
stupid the predictions were. I do remember last time.
Okay, cool. Just
Yeah.
write that down.
See if you can get 2 in a row, yeah?
Yeah.
Spicing it up again. Right, so staying with E3 then, just a quick reminder that the show times for next week then, because here in the UK, obviously we don't run on the same time as those people in America.
What?
I know. So Monday the 9th of June, if you want to watch the Microsoft conference, it's on at 5:30 afternoon, followed by EA at 8 o'clock, Ubisoft at 11 o'clock, and then moving into the early hours of Tuesday the 10th, Sony's conference is at 2 a.m. And then Tuesday afternoon at 5 o'clock, Nintendo have their digital-only event, the digital treehouse, whatever they're doing. And we'll see, won't we? I'm excited about Nintendo this year.
I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, and I've managed to skive off of work, so I'm going to watch the Sony event live.
Sweet.
We can do this, right,
Yeah,
aren't we? So-
we're all going to be up watching it. If
We'll
anyone
be up.
else, if anyone listening is going to be up watching it as well, feel free to drop us some tweets because we are usually quite excitable in those early hours of the morning watching those press conferences.
I think probably the situation will be I'll have one laptop open running the live stream, and I'll have another one open running Twitter for the page, and just like checking on reaction as well as it goes
Sweet,
on.
yeah.
So
Nice.
that'd be quite
Awesome.
cool. So I thought I can look all legit here with 2 laptops.
Wear a tie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a tie.
Yeah,
Just the tie.
We are
So
Skype
DK.
video in that shit. Yeah. Yeah. So last thing from E3. This is it before it's actually happened. I did ask you guys in an email to come up with it, so I hope you have.
Yes.
I just want to see, similar to last year's game where I was asking for reveals, dream reveals, and so on, just something that hasn't been spoken about, something I haven't maybe brought up as a rumor that you just really legitimately just want, with all your heart, you want to see there. Whether it's been revealed or not already, you just want more from it at E3. So, Johnny.
Oh, mine's a bit of a cop out, but basically Vita titles. I want them to announce some good stuff for the Vita because it is still my favorite console, and I just want to see some, games that it deserves on there. I don't necessarily know what, but maybe like even like a Kingdom Hearts game on the Vita, or a Metal Gear Solid for the Vita, or a Final Fantasy for the Vita. Something big that it deserves, and something that will, spur some more.
I think
people to
you
buy
said something. You said something similar last year. So do you feel
I
the
think I
last
did.
year hasn't really provided you then?
Yeah, nothing new. Like it's got some excellent back catalog games. I've been enjoying like Persona 4 and Final Fantasy 10, stuff like that on there. But I've not seen anything new that's just on the Vita, and I'd like to see, because the PSP did great. Like there's some great games in there, like Peace Walker and the Crisis Core and the Dream. What's the Kingdom Hearts game? That has some really
Birth by
great
Sleep.
games. Yeah, Birth by Sleep. That has some great games that are only on there. But
See,
Yeah.
it's surprising. It's surprising to hear you say that because maybe it's because you played Persona 4 on PlayStation 2, but
Yeah.
because I'd never played that before, that felt like that game that you're describing to me. That felt
Right.
like the the one game for my Vita that I played in the last year that really stood out as something special.
Yeah,
So-
I've got the PS2 version. I already had it on there and played it, so it wasn't brand new for me. Obviously, it's still an amazing game, and every Vita owner should get it. But I want something special for it, you know.
I mean, you had the remote play with PS4 kick in over Christmas, but that's not quite enough, is it?
Yeah, Watchdogs on
Not
the
the
Vita
same.
works brilliantly, by the way. If you've tried that, it works really well. But yeah, I'm just gonna say some Vita titles that'll keep me happy.
Mr. Spagnoli. Alrighty then.
Yeah, Jan is off in fucking Cloud Cuckoo land.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna patch over this. I don't give a shit. Ben, you talk to me, and when Gianni comes back, we'll laugh at him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's gonna be another weak one for me, man. I want to see an English language trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 with a release date attached to it, man. So I want to see some more gameplay, some more story beats. I want to see who the English voice cast are, whether they're actually going to keep Haley Joel Osment as Sora, because he's getting old now, man. I don't know how long he can keep playing a fucking 15, 16-year-old.
But Sora looks older now, doesn't he?
He definitely don't look as old as Haley Joel Osment is.
Well, no, that's true.
So
Remember, E.G. Daly's been voicing children for like 20 years, though, so there is that credit to her. But then she's a professional voice actress, whereas he's just a shit actor who just managed to voice something.
On, dude.
Right.
Kingdom Hearts is his best role ever.
It really is.
Oh, great. So we don't have to look at a piece of wood talking. We can just hear it.
But no, that's what I really want to see. Like, I know it was already announced, but I want more information, because that's probably outside of Final Fantasy 15, which I believe has confirmed release date 2015. That's the one that I want to know most of all when I'm going to get my hands on it. So.
Okay, well, I mean, the point of this, like I said, was not to be groundbreaking here, not to try and predict something massive, just something that you know, means a lot to you and something that you want there. I'm not even going to give Gianni the chance to talk right now. Then I'm just going to tell you about something I've been excited about.
Go for it.
So, Hello Games, who made like Joe Danger, that really crappy sort of Trials.
It wasn't
type
crappy,
thing.
man. Joe Danger was fun.
Yeah, okay, but it's not like Trials levels of like Intradust, is it? It's still good, but it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to sell them here. Let me try and switch.
Doing a
this
good
one
job
around.
so far.
Yeah, I know. Well, you ruined it for me because you jumped
Don't
in
be
and
shit.
let me finish my sentence. Yeah, right. Who's hosting this week? Yeah. Fuck off,
I
right?
can feel the salt.
Or I'll tell them all about your photoshopping Lisa Riley and Charlie Brooker to see if you really are their child.
Damn you!
Right. So Hello Games. They're from Guildford. They're here, right? They're UK people. At the VGX Awards at the end of last year, that shit thing that we had to put up with those shit hosts, right? They came on there and they blew me away with No Man's Sky.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I've not seen anything since. And like, although we know it's coming next year, I still just want a little bit of an update, just something teased in. Like, I see in February they were hiring people to work on the game, so they were expanding. But this has a lot of promise, and it's something that I just really am excited for.
This is the studio who got flooded.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So that obviously must have
It's like
put them back a little bit.
sort of their work.
And then in the first trailer, they used the song from 65 Days of Static. Just gonna throw that in there.
That was enough for you, wasn't it?
That one, yeah, exactly. I'm interest artist.
You love them long time
I
now.
was sold just
Yeah.
on the concept, man, of like
Yeah.
a vast sort of like galaxy to just go and explore at your own pace. Like, just looked amazing, man.
But I mean, just something like that. Just no, Gianni. Right, we're doing a podcast. I don't want to see your Tinder links.
Is it?
Send it to me.
I swear to God, that is actually happening. We're not cutting this. Janny is just in the middle of the podcast tried to send us a picture of a girl from Tinder. For fuck's sake. Carry on, Jamie.
I'd forgotten what I was saying now. But the thing is, yeah, this game is... It's not like a massive studio. It's just people making something that they really want to make. They're not under pressure to make it. Well, they are now that they've shown it off. But, you know, leading up to this, they just come up with this and they just get to make what they want. I bet people at Naughty Dog are really jealous of them right now, you know? So let's see. Hopefully they're there. Well, not, you know, they're not going to come up on a main stage conference, are they? But it would be nice to have like a trailer chucked in. Maybe like when, you know, when Sony normally go, oh, we love our indie games, here's a trailer reel of stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know, maybe something on the floor,
I could see
like a
that
demo
happening.
or something. Just something little, just a little glimpse of it. Something, just to make it different. Gianni, are you back?
I don't think he's back. Fuck him. Ignore it.
Right, this is the one-on-one-on-one session now. They still, whatever. Right. I'm going to move off of this now then. We've had enough of E3 for now. Next week, we'll come up with the best way to sort this out. It's probably going to be like a Microsoft EA, then a Ubisoft Sony, then some sort of like Nintendo and results. Maybe something like that. Maybe 3 podcasts again.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like that. That worked last year. Broke it all down.
It was pretty sweet, man.
In bite size.
Before we move on to this next statement, I just want to, just as a way to paint Janny's character a little bit further, he disappeared from the podcast, and the Tinder picture was a picture of Hitler. It was a picture of fucking Hitler, Janny. Sorry, move on.
That says something about us. So yeah, let's talk about the game we were talking about last week and how now that it's had a full week. Watchdogs sold over 4 million copies in its first week, making it the most successful new franchise launch of all time.
Wow.
The mobile app has also been downloaded by more than 1 million people.
There's a mobile app.
There's a mobile app. You get to hack into the games and stuff. Have a little look at it. But Johnny, you're new to the game on this one, so just give me a bit of an update on how you've been finding it.
Actually, brilliant. Yeah, it's so dense. Like there's just so much stuff to do. Like you can just put it on, have a goal in mind, and then just not do it because you're doing other things. Things are constantly flashing up, popping up on the screen. Like, oh, do this, but not in a bad way, and not in like a condescending way. It's like, oh, there's so much stuff to do. Thoroughly enjoying it, and I love the world that they've crafted. Chicago looks absolutely amazing. Lots of little details. I know Ben was, comparing it with the first trailer that they showed in 2012. But yeah, I don't think they're far off, Ben. The graphics are pretty good, and a lot of the touches that were in that thing are actually still in the game. Maybe dialed down a little bit, but it's still in there.
I guess my expectations were a little bit too high from that initial trailer, man.
Yeah.
And I know that initial trailer was the one that I watched the most, and
Right.
I didn't really pay attention to any of the other trailers since then because I'd already decided, like, I'm buying this game.
Yeah.
So maybe I went in with the expectations too high. I'll probably give it another go, but...
Definitely need to. I will say it looks its worst during the daytime because it looks really flat. But when the lights, it's like dawn or dusk or nighttime, and then you see all the lights playing around and like helicopters are flying above and like their lights are just like shining through, bits of scenery. It looks very nice. I think it's a good looking game. But yeah, no, it's fantastic. So much to do.
I don't know. I'll give it another shot, man, when you're done with it. But
definitely. Yeah.
No, what you mean to say is you still have your copy and Johnny bought his own.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. We're part of that 4 million, right?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, the game deserves its success, right? So
Definitely.
I just wish it further success, and I'm gonna finish this campaign when I'm done with all the side missions. I promise. I tried to get drunk in the bar today, and I finished level 1. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I've been putting up a few videos for it, and
it was really cool. It was really cool that the news dropped about the sales figures just after we'd literally just spoken about it on the previous podcast as to whether we thought it would actually make its 6.4 million target, and dropping like 4 million copies in its opening weekend. It's going to do that easy, I think, over the course of its lifespan.
It's worth it. If you've got a next-gen console, pick it up.
I mean, and also to jump in here as well and say, not to toot the Mario Kart horn here, but I do think selling 1.2 million for a console exclusive game versus this, which is multi-platform, that's really strong numbers for Mario.
Yeah, very strong. I don't think the Wii U had sold that many. So
yeah, it's like that means like 1/7 of the Wii U owners have one now worldwide. But yeah, it's doing the numbers right. Something else that I hope you kind of made a little think about, especially you, Johnny, because it was announced back in August of 2012, right? And this is the Metal Gear Solid movie. So we know it's happening. We know Sony are putting this out there. And it may have a director now. He's one of these jobbies where he's come from doing sort of like low indie movies, and this will be like his tentpole release. So this could be the one that sort of launches him. I don't know if I want to try and pronounce his name. I wrote it down. It's like Jordan Vought Roberts or something. I should probably have
Voldemort is how it's pronounced.
Voldemort Roberts.
Yeah.
Okay. I spelt it wrong. Is that what it is? Like,
Yeah.
fucking typo, man. Fucking typo Levioso or something. Change it. Anyway, so I was trying to think about this and try and look into what maybe would happen and who we'd like to see in the roles. And I'm fed up of seeing David Hayter as an actor for this online, because he might be the voice of Snake that that you've loved over the years, but he's not going to be an on-screen actor ready for this role.
Have you not seen Guyver 2 Dark Hero?
Let's try and steer this one away from that. Let's talk about Metal Gear and where you'd want to go with this to make it a successful movie, because video game tie-ins can be box office hits for a weekend and then they're forgotten. I don't know. Is there anything to it, Johnny, that you'd like to see?
I just hopefully they just do it justice, because obviously a lot of people who are going to see MGS won't have played the games. I think it'll be an new audience, and I just hope they just do the theme series proud. Hopefully make the story a bit more straightforward in the movie. Try and not get old, because obviously the story for MGS is very convoluted. Just try and keep it simple and just try and do the series justice. That's all I want to see, sort of thing. I really enjoyed the Silent Hill movie. I thought that did Silent Hill, quite well. Have you guys have seen it, right?
I haven't seen the sequel.
Yeah.
But I own the first one, and
and what did you think?
I'm a massive fan of it. I'm okay with it because obviously it's horror, so it's not quite my cup of tea. But as far as horror films go, I still really enjoyed it. So yeah, it can work. Yeah, and like the Resident Evil movie series, they're not great films, but I will watch them, and I do own them.
The Resident Evil 1 was actually a pretty good film.
Yeah. It's a very different game to the rest of them, isn't it? The first film is very different.
I think that's all we can hope for, really, is that it just doesn't suck.
And Ben, where would you... Oh, go on.
I would be more comfortable if the person helming it was a big fan of the source material. That goes a long way to making something good if you're basing it on something that you love.
Right, well, you say that. He tweeted, Snake! Like that. So I hope that's him actually being a fan and being really happy. So
if he's a fan, then hopefully he'll do a good job. I mean, all you have to do to see that this works is watch that Street Fighter Assassin's Fist web series that just came out. Like, those guys, massive fans of Street Fighter, and they did an actual amazing job of telling that prequel story. So if you're a fan of the source material, you're going to do a good job, and hopefully this guy is, man.
I don't know. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. I do need to watch it, but it does sound like a porno Street Fighter. I don't know. No. But if you were to have a Metal Gear movie, and the timeline is so vast, isn't it? Where would you want to pitch it? If you could have it centered in on one part of the story, is there something that makes it the most cinematic?
Undoubtedly, Metal Gear Solid 1 storyline, man.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Infiltrating Shadow Moses, or whatever, that's got to be the one.
Although my favourite part of the MGS series is Naked Snake and how he becomes Big Boss. But yeah, I would agree with Ben. MGS 1, Shadow Moses, Solid Snake. That's all you really need.
There's a bit at the end of Metal Gear Solid 1 when you complete the game, a little piece of dialogue plays over a radio communication. That would be a perfect after the credits scene for a movie as well, man. Because when I first heard that, I must have only been about 11 or 12 or something, and it just sent shivers down my spine. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing! What's going to happen next? It's perfect to after credits material.
Yeah,
this could be a series. MGS could be a film series, and they would be perfect for after the credit scenes. I'm thinking of them already, man. It could work, so long as they don't get too bogged down in the sort of military side of it, and they focus more on the espionage and sneaking and stuff. Then I think it will be a really solid film.
Do any actors jump out?
No, nobody. So it's gonna have to be I literally cannot picture anyone playing Solid Snake. There's no one in my mind where I think he would be a good Solid Snake. So I'm hoping that casting will know more than me and surprise me with somebody who actually does.
How about Kiefer Sutherland?
No. Kiefer Sutherland definitely cannot play Solid Snake.
Okay.
Some of the internet wants, right? They've put Carl Urban as our lead man. I don't know.
Carl Urban is maybe a little bit. I don't want to sound rude to the guy, but he may be slightly too short to play Solid Snake.
Yeah,
he's not exactly a tall guy, is he? And Snake's fucking super soldier, basically, isn't he? So
yeah. And I saw somebody Photoshop Tom Hiddleston over Liquid Snake's face.
That could work.
If he bulked up, why not, man? But
honestly, though, I believe that a film like this wouldn't attract the A-list celebrities. I don't think it would be a big film for people that are already made. I think this would be sort of mid card on their way, maybe a lot of unknowns. Like I think that's pretty much where it has to be pitched.
Yeah.
Like people putting Emma Stone as Meryl, I think that's just a lot of stupid.
Emma Stone. I
She's
wouldn't
like
even
famous
want Emma
at the
Stone
moment.
as Meryl.
Well, no, exactly. It's because she's famous right now, so people just see that and they think of that. I don't believe it would be anywhere near that.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who should play Meryl. You know the chick from Dread.
Okay, yeah.
She could definitely pull off Meryl for sure.
That could work. Let's do this. Fuck it, we'll make our own Metal Gear.
Johnny can be Meryl.
That's pretty much like where it cuts off, though, man.
And Gianni, am I right in thinking that like earlier on you were tweeting something about Bill Oddie playing Revolver Ocelot? No, okay, right.
Oh, he's back! Yes.
Right, he had to stop feeding his face and pipe up somewhere, didn't he?
Johnny, where were you?
I was here. You guys
Come
kept
all this-
talking over.
Come all
So
this way without you, man.
We couldn't hear a thing you said, and now everybody else can't hear.
I
a
feel
thing.
bad for excluding you now, dude. Can you think of anyone that will play a good Solid Snake?
no.
All right, cool.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Thanks for coming, man.
To be fair, is it going to be a 10-minute trailer? Is that it?
No. We're talking Hollywood film, man. Like
Yeah,
a
big
film
cinematic
adaptation.
release.
Yeah, you didn't get it. Never mind. Moving on.
I didn't get it. Sorry.
I think I know where he's going. I think the opening of the script is Snake just climbing up a tree, and we have to sit and listen to dialogue over the comms for 30 minutes.
Easy. That ladder climb from Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater was one of the most epic moments in the game. So,
Yeah, cool story, bro. Right, something else that I don't know. Let's talk about it anyway. Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10 was revealed this week. They're also going to be bringing 2 brand new fighters to E3. With the hype around Smash Bros. And the strong reviews for the newly released Ultra Street Fighter 4, what else do you actually need from a beat 'em up game?
Not another Street Fighter. Sorry.
Go on, Johnny.
Another Street Fighter 4, honestly.
Well, they're saying that Ultra Street Fighter 4 is like the refined definitive edition. It's like, well, it's also like the 10th edition of
Those
it.
others are very dry by now.
Yeah.
They've milked this far too much. They need to bring out a next number.
As far as Street Fighter goes, I understand updating it for arcade release.
Also, you need to keep in mind that Street Fighter is played at the tournament level, man. So there's a professional scene that need that game to be balanced. So that's why versions keep changing. So to address balance issues.
But you can just patch it. You don't need to bring out
Patch,
a whole new
DLC,
game.
everything. Yeah.
You don't need another disc.
This is like a DLC patch, man. It will work for your Super Street Fighter. Just like Super Street Fighter worked for original
But it
Street
should be
Fighter.
free. You shouldn't be having to buy it again.
Well, I mean, Super Street Fighter added a fuck ton of characters.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, I'm not saying like you don't have big updates, but this is the 5th update now, I think it is.
But our characters a big update. This is I don't get it. Either really, I think
They
they're just
will be
taking
on
piss
the
out of
professional
fans.
scene. Like, updating characters will be big, like you're saying on the tournament level, Ben. But I mean,
a big feature of this one is that you can actually use your favorite version of each character as well. So if you preferred the stat line of, say, Sagat from the original Street Fighter 4, when he was an overpowered killing machine, you can pick that version of Sagat to fight with. So basically, it has all the different balances from all the different versions of all releases of this game in Ultra Street Fighter, and you can select which version you want to play as.
worse than fucking Sheldon's free player chess right now. This is this is
Sorry,
too complex.
I mean, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, and even for me, this is just too much. I think they've just gone a bit insane. But that's Capcom for you.
Well, I'm in a good position right now because I currently own no versions of Street Fighter 4, and I've been getting the urge to play it again recently. So I'm
It's
definitely
going out on PS4.
I think it's coming out on PC. That's where I'm buying it.
Okay.
So,
It's not like moving up. I think it's just staying PS3 and stuff. But
well,
it's not on the newer, shinier machines.
Yeah.
Something like Smash Bros. Though, and something Nintendo that I'm really happy to see. It's just like one version per console, so it's like one per generation, and that kind of makes sense. Then, like, you would want to upgrade, but like with Street Fighter, you're just getting too many versions on the same platform. Like, what more can you really want?
I don't know.
Mortal Kombat,
I would have liked a version of Brawl without the tripping. If they'd have released that, I might have bought it. To be honest,
Patch out the tripping.
Yeah,
Tripping son.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, are you sick of them now? Do you have an old game that you'd rather just play? Are you fed up with these new ones coming out?
no, not really, man. Like every single iteration on a fighting game that I've played has made it better. Like Mortal Kombat 9, or just Mortal Kombat if you want to be a purist, the reboot that was just released is easily by a country mile the best version of Mortal Kombat ever made. Like that is the best Mortal Kombat, man. It was awesome. And if Mortal Kombat 10 or Mortal Kombat X, however it's going to be marketed, is like an improvement on that, then hell yeah, I'm going to get it, man. It's going to be awesome. Mortal Kombat 9 as well had maybe the best campaign I've ever seen in a fighting game.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
Like, and that's surprising because you buy a fighting game to play with your friends or to play online, you know? You don't expect it to have a really awesome campaign mode there, and there it was, like a 8-hour or a 9-hour movie, man, that you take over for the fight scenes. It was awesome.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
And Gianni, if Smash Bros turns out to be amazing, does that bump your Wii U up to a 9 out of 10?
No, it includes it, I think. Because I was excited for that, Zelda and Home Mario and all that. So, no, I think it stays where it is until the price comes down a bit. I still think it's still too heavy on that sense.
Do you know, I kind of agree with Gianni there as well. That's the only thing holding me back at the moment. The moment the console itself, I don't care whether bundles are like better value than that or not, because like to my shopper eyes, I don't see that. The moment I see a price point where it's like £199.99, like for the decent version, not just the white version, the one that actually I can use.
A couple of months ago, Amazon sold the white Wii U for 150 quid. And
yeah, but that's the white one, man. Like, I wouldn't want that. I'd want the black one, the one that you can actually download stuff for and stuff.
We did speak about the troubles I have with the white one over the weekend, didn't we? That I'm stuck now because unless I buy an external hard drive, which would have bumped me over the price of a black Wii U anyway.
Yeah,
I'm kind of stuck. Although you would have had more like a terabyte or 2 terabyte as opposed to what was it, like 16 gig?
32, I believe.
32 gig. And when the games are running 16 to 20 gig anyway, what are you going to download? What are you going to download? I've never been key on. I don't think it's ever been a big thing with Nintendo Home Console for me to download. Virtual Console don't even take up a gig per game, so I'm quite happy just downloading a few of those right now, and being done with it. I've got a big back catalogue on there, so I'm going to do it that way. But yeah. Right, to finish up today, sad news, some E3 rumour game fuck-ups, and then some good news, right? So let's start with the sad news. So Arkham Knight's been delayed until next year.
Sad face.
Which, I mean, is sad, but also at the same time, you know, you want the best that game can be, so it's probably delayed for the best.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that all day. Like, we've done it before, talking about the benefit of the game, but it is still disappointing when you come to expect your Christmas Arkham game, and now there's a delay to it. So yeah, let's hope we do get a better game because of it. But Gianni, was that a day one purchase for you?
No, I have to. I just don't know what they can bring else to the what else they can bring to the series. That's what I'm struggling to get my head around. Like, how different is this going to be?
But I mean, you could have said the same thing for the movies, right? Like, why would you go see Dark Knight Rises when you've already seen The Dark Knight?
No. It's different. I hate comparing computer games to movies in that sense because it's a different experience.
Really? Because I totally play the Batman games for the story, man. Right. The gameplay being awesome is just the icing on the cake.
No, because the reason why Batman Arkham Asylum worked so well was because it had a fantastic control system, and then the story on top just enhanced it. But like, I didn't get into Arkham City, for example, not as much as other people did. And take Infamous 2 over Infamous 1. This is one thing I always go back to. To me, it was too similar to Infamous 1. And all right, I had sessions to Infamous 1 just before it came out as well, so that probably didn't help. But I don't know. I'm getting more and more annoyed with these annual games coming out that not much really changes. And
I think the problem here, like the difference is that we're very different in our terms of what we look for in games. Like, you look for gameplay first and story second, which is absolutely fine.
Do you know why?
And there's I'm the opposite.
There's a simple reason. A story can be DLC.
Really?
Yes.
See, I can tolerate poor gameplay mechanics if the story is good, but I can't tolerate good gameplay mechanics if the story is trash. Like, it's the complete opposite of you, man. It's really weird. I never noticed that before.
This is a strange thing. I mean, I was going to say I'm somewhere in the middle, right? For me, if a game doesn't work, if you cannot control well, like you say, Arkham does have one of the best control systems in gaming, and if a game doesn't control well, then that technically is game breaking to me. So that has to be the foundation, and then the story is what sells the game. So the gameplay should be a given. Like we're far enough into the games now, like to know how to make a game actually work, to like actually make the mechanics work. It's the story that you have to keep coming up with and being fresh with. So get the gameplay right as a foundation. Everything else on top is the most important bit in a sense. Then.
Yeah, but I suppose I'm the sort of person who looks at franchises like, I don't know, Assassin's Creed and FIFA, and it's really irritating to. I mean, all right, Assassin's Creed is a little bit different, but FIFA is a prime example where there's very little changes, if anything, for at least 2 years, and they charge full price for it, and then at the end of it, you're thinking, well, how much is this actually different? Like, I would hate to have spent 60 quid on a game for a copy and paste Batman with a different story, because essentially you're still doing all the same things.
That's pretty much the reason why I didn't buy Arkham Origins, actually, because I felt like it would be too similar to Arkham City, and the fact that it wasn't developed by Rocksteady. But I mean, after playing through Arkham City, I kind of wanted to see what happened next, but then they went with a prequel for the next one, so that's why I didn't pick it up. But I get you.
Now could be the time. It's only a tenner as a download right now across a lot of formats. It might be worth a go. I think they have declined in quality across the time. Although, yeah, the third one was Warner Brothers Montreal, so that's not going to be the same as Rocksteady dealing with it, is it? But hey, a new console, a new game, back to Rocksteady. We'll have a look, won't we, Johnny?
Yeah.
Right, do you want that little awkward bit of E3 rumor game mess up in the middle then?
Yeah, do it.
So, Johnny, we'll hold off putting the point system down, but Johnny predicted that Media Molecule would have a Project Morpheus game at E3.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be there at all, apparently.
So upset.
What did the rest of us predict?
I think you both said no. I'd have to go back and have a look, though.
Right, Johnny won last time, so fuck you. You ain't getting no points for that.
Well, fair enough.
But we'll see. Like, that could just be a lie. They could actually show up and just, like, rock us with something amazing, like Little Big Planet, Playroom, Home, something, Vita, everything. Like 5 Little Big Planet games on a TV show at once. Yeah. Finishing up then, something that will make Ben and Johnny happy.
Yeah.
The Dark Souls 2 DLC has been revealed. And would you like the names of them and the release dates?
Yeah,
maybe not.
Do it.
No? Yeah? Right, okay, so it's a 3-part, it's like the King trilogy that they're doing. So the first part, Crown of the Sunken King, will be out on July 22nd. Crown of the Old Iron King will be out on August 26th. And then Crown of the Ivory King will be out on September 24th.
Guess who forgot to put his phone on silent, lads?
Oh, fuck off.
Anyway, I heard all of that, so it's
right. Yes, but that's staying in there. You're not touching it, right? But yeah, I think from what I can see, they're about $9.99 of your American dollars. So we'll probably get them at like $7.99 of our English pounds, won't we?
$9.99 of our English pounds.
Or $9.99 of our sterling
pound. Yeah.
Which could, what, Gianni, prove to be costly. Right.
Before we wrap up, there's one other thing, or two things that I picked up yesterday about E3. Both Crystal Dynamics and Criterion are going to be announcing games.
I'll tell you now, it's not Tomb Raider 2.
I was going to say, well, that was what I was going to ask. I don't, because I've heard that rumor and I think it's ridiculous, but I wanted to know what you guys thought on that and what you think Criterion will turn up with that isn't going to be a racing game.
Well, we know, I was going to say, because we know that Need for Speed is being developed by something like EA Ghost something, I don't know now, and they're taking a gap year. So they won't have it. A gap year, there will be nothing from them. So we know it's not going to be a Need for Speed from Criterion. But hell, like, what did we say? They were the guys who did Black. So
they're the guys that made Black.
Maybe they want to just oversaturate this fucking first-person shooter market again, hey?
Mm.
Or as Gianni was pointing out on Twitter, a first-person shooter, survival, horror, zombie, parkour, Daylight, basically. Let's have more copies of Daylight out there, yeah? With different names on it.
Do you guys actually think Daylight looks good?
No, you're really far away.
Daylight just looks like fucking Dead Island to me. It's basically just Dead Island with a
Come
different...
back to us, Ben. Come
We're
back.
far
We're
away.
finished.
I'm hearing you fine. That's all that matters, right? The Dead Island is some of my worst times on the PS3, man.
It was
Wow.
dreadful, wasn't it?
I'm not very, happy
Yeah,
with that game.
never played
I have a promotional copy here that came with some magazines or something. I don't know. It got played for half an hour. That was too long. But yeah. Does anybody want to add anything
Before we go, Ben,
Yes.
Dark Souls 2 DLC. Didn't they say there's going to be no DLC? I swear they said that.
I'm fairly sure that is something that was said before the game came out, yeah.
They said there's going to be no DLC, and then here we are. Fucking DLC.
And then they shit themselves when they see Project Beast. And they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
How does... 3 DLC packs as well. 3. They better be decent size. Like, the DLC expansion for Dark Souls 1 was really good, I thought. Right? I would hope that they're all at least that size in scope, you know?
Exactly, yeah. I hope so. It sounds a bit like, a cash grab, shocker.
Yeah, like...
Hey,
I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, man. Because
We'll see.
to this point, they've been pretty decent. And like I said, the Artorias of the Abyss expansion was actually really strong. You know, it added
that was good.
tons of new enemies, an entire new region to explore, like loads of new bosses and stuff.
Which this is promising too, but...
Yeah, but is it promising that per installment or over all of
There's
the
going to be new
installments?
areas and obviously new enemies and stuff. But yeah, we don't know how big. It could be just like one room.
It'd be rubbish.
No, so long as they're around the same size and scope, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And would you pick up all of them? I think
Yeah,
they're doing a
I'll
season
definitely,
pass as
I'll
well.
definitely be picking them up. If they do a season pass, I'll buy that.
I think they are. I think I read that. But
Actually, no, that's a lie. If they do a season pass, I won't buy that, just in case one of them is like a refined multiplayer arena.
no, apparently they're all story DLCs.
Okay. In which case, yeah, I probably will end up picking up the season pass.
Yeah. Cool. I just want to clarify that.
Bloody
So-
Dark Souls. Go on then, Gianni.
Yeah, can I end on a bombshell here?
God.
Right. I don't like Infamous Second Son.
Oh,
And that's it,
fucking hell.
everybody.
All right, yeah, right. Okay, you can find us on Facebook if you say no. Seriously though, Gianni, why?
Okay. Quite simply, I don't think the powers work in the environment.
Have you
Which
got
amount of
Neon
time-
yet?
Jenny.
No, because you're running around trying to if you run out of your power when you were coal, you just went near anywhere that could produce electricity and pull it out.
What are you doing on the ground? You're not playing GTA. Why aren't you on the rooftops where there's chimneys
When you're on the rooftops. Actually, if anything, playing on the ground's better because you can blow up a car and use the smoke from that. It doesn't. I just don't like it.
Do you only have smoke at the moment, or?
Yeah.
For the love of God, play until
Ah.
you get Neon. Do not
Play-
quit until you get Neon. Neon
when
is
you-
Neon is the best power in that game, and it's the next one you get.
Surely also upgrading your skill tree gives you a longer bar, a longer gauge of use.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what I've had to do, but
This
it's
is stick
still-
it to the man all over again, and now your
Really
opinion is invalid.
Oh no! Come on, no. There might be every reason for it, but I find it hard because I thought the traversal was maybe the best part of Infamous
Yeah, me
Second
too.
Son, man.
No.
That's
It's
a
not.
lie. The best part was the actual characters.
Traversing out of the three, traversing is for me the worst out of the three.
You wait until you get Neon because you can run like a bastard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Neon's
and your
really
like
good.
video gliders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. I think the best way to do this is like, can you promise me to at least try and play some more this week, and then maybe next week. Maybe next week you could have at least played another hour or so, and then we'll be in a good position. Because I always say it shouldn't take a game a couple of hours to get good, but sometimes in these massive games that have a lot going into them, it does. Like, until I went up on that Seattle Needle and spray painted on the side of it, it was just another game. But like, once I got to about that point, I was in love with it.
Yeah, you see,
So
Give it
we'll
a bit
see.
more time.
I will carry on playing, but for these sort of games,
A
you
lot
can't
of-
have that. It's
that-
not an RPG. RPGs tend to be slow, and you can forgive that.
The gripe that you have now is that it's hard for you to find places to replenish your power, right? But
Yeah.
that's because the only power you have is smoke. As you gain more powers, suddenly you realize that there's lots of places all over the city where you can draw power from. Like when you get the neon power, any neon signs, you can draw that power in, and you can switch on the fly, man. And then once you get video, any TV screens in Windows or anything like that,
They've
you can
done it the
draw
wrong
out
way
with.
round. They've done it the wrong way round.
Now, I think the good thing about this is that as you develop more skills within the game, which is quite early on, you will find it hard to find smoke because you found smoke. So now you've got to switch up your moveset and be challenged by something else within this one big fight. So you start off with smoke, you might have to quickly switch to neon, and then you might go somewhere within this fight where you find the video power and so on. I thought that was a really nice touch. I really enjoyed being forced into switches that challenge me.
Yeah, if you give it another try, right, and when you unlock your next power, you'll see what things start opening up more.
I'm just saying, the first 3-4 hours, however long I played, have not been in. I've actually hated it. I can't say I've enjoyed any part of it because even traversing buildings is not fun.
As I say, man, give it one more try. If you still don't like it, then hands up, man. Like, fair enough.
Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, opinion is an opinion. It just takes a bit more to gauge this game. Yeah, right. It does take a little bit longer. I'm going to end it there then, guys.
Yeah,
cool.
It's been fun. This is the GSC podcast. If you're listening to us, you've probably found us on YouTube somehow. Because if you want to find us on YouTube, you have to type in GSC podcast, and then you can't even find us as a channel because for some reason our name got changed to Ben Louch for a while, didn't it, Gianni? And then we've got it changed back.
That wasn't Gianni's fault, to be honest. We were both fooling with it.
It was messing on Chrome, wasn't it? Right. If you want to find us on Twitter and follow us and talk to us, it's GSC_games. Facebook, just type in GSC Games. All of our personal accounts will be down in the description for the video. And that's it for this week. We'll see you after E3.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.